Hey everybody, this is Lano from Modern Home Systems Rancho Santa Fe, bringing you today's tech tip: organization and quicker workflow. Alright guys, the tech tip today is going to be for organizing and creating a more efficient workflow when working on a project. Projects I work on very frequently are these tech tips, and I have to use programs like Final Cut, iMovie, and so on, GarageBand as well, to make these. And what I like to do is create a workflow by using swipe gestures to make me faster when I'm maneuvering through applications. And I have to use multiple applications when doing this. And the first step in doing this and creating a more efficient workflow is getting organized. You can see here on my screen, I set these up ahead of time, and a lot of people have the same kind of setup. You may have multiple files that you saved onto your desktop or dragged onto your desktop. In this case, these would be the files that I want to work on. They're all over the place. You can see Untitled Folder 2, Untitled Folder 1, 3, and the actual video that I want to work on. The first thing in getting organized is a simple feature. It's called right click, or if you have a trackpad in this case, which I'm using on my MacBook Pro, is just double clicking on the screen. When double clicking on the screen, you get this little set of options here. These are going to be the ones we're going to use, which is clean up by, and sort by. Simply by hitting cleanup, automatically this will shift them into a more organized position. Now you can see the folders are now lined up. They are in pretty much on a grid that we cannot see, and they will pretty much snap into place into whatever grid they're closest to. In this case, this is still kind of unorganized. What we're going to do here is we're going to right click on the screen again. We're going to go back down to cleanup by now. This will put them in the exact order that I want them to be. You can do by name, kind, date modified, date created, size, or tags. What I'm going to do is put them in alphabetical order because this will make it a lot easier for me. You can see it automatically shifts everything from in alphabetical order, I being the first, and then U, and then U2, and then U3. So it's going by the first letter and then the number. I can grab them again if they're all out of order. If I'm working and things get all crazy again, easily by you just two-finger click on the trackpad, or if you're using a mouse, you right click on it, clean up by, and name. And then once they're lined up here and they look all nice and neat, another good feature to add on here is by clicking here, right click, go down to sort by. We're going to hit snap to grid. This is going to make it just stay in the position that it's at, or in a uniformed position. I can grab this, and if I try to move it away, it'll snap right into place into a grid, but it'll be organized and not off-centered from anywhere else. So now I can drop it here, and you can see go right back in the grid. And that's going to be the first step in staying organized. Simply click, go to cleanup by, choose one of these as another option, or sort by, and you can hit snap to grid. Also, sort by gives you the option to sort by name, which would put them all in alphabetical order there. So that being the first step, getting organized. We got our files that we want to use in our project in order now on our desktop. The next thing I'm going to get into is creating a faster workflow in between multiple applications I'm going to be using. Okay, and to do so, we're going to go to System Preferences. Once in System Preferences, we have two options here. We can go mouse or trackpad. For what I'm doing, I'm using a MacBook Pro. We're going to go into trackpad. Okay, once we're in trackpad, you can see, you've probably seen it before, point and click, scroll and zoom. What we're going to deal with is more gestures, and we're going to deal with two options in more gestures, which is swipe between full screen apps and mission control. You can see whenever you hover over any of these, there's a little video here that actually will show you how to use them. In this case, we're going to queue up the two swipe gestures that we want to use. First, I'm going to swipe up mission control. You can see, I'll click it, check it on. Mission control here is using 3 fingers to slide up. Copy this hand model right here. It's going to slide up, and this brings up your multiple desktops. You can see I have a dashboard here, and I have the desktop that I'm on right now. The second one we're going to highlight here is going to be swipe between full screen apps. We're going to select this one as well. You can see here on the map, You can see by sliding your fingers 3 on the trackpad, left to right, it'll go between two pages, two full app pages. All right, and what I'm going to do is going to show you how this is going to become beneficial. What I'm going to do is close this out. I'm going to open up the apps I want to use, which is Final Cut, what I use for video editing, and then I'm going to click GarageBand. These are going to be the 2 applications I want to use today. All right, you can see here I'm going to use the 3 fingers from the bottom of the trackpad, slide up. You can see I have the 2 applications here. They are full screen apps right now, so when I click on one, it blocks the other one out. Click on this one, blocks that one out. So what I want to do is I want to create a faster workflow between these 2 pages. Once you're in Mission Control, sliding up, you get this option here. We have one desktop. What we're going to do is go all the way to the right hand side, and we're going to click this plus symbol, which is going to add another desktop. Now you can see we have desktop 1 and desktop 2, and we have the 2 applications here. So what I'm going to do is on the first screen, I want to have Final Cut be on the first screen, and I want the GarageBand to be on desktop 2. So what I do is highlight it here. You can see it's glowing in blue. I'm going to grab that application, drag and drop it in desktop 2. So now I click desktop 1. You can see right there, 3 fingers up, slide to Mission Control, and then there's desktop 2. You don't always have to slide up in Mission Control to go back and forth between the 2 applications. What we can do here is the other feature I highlighted, which is down here. The trackpad is going to be swiped between full screen apps. So now with 3 fingers on the screen, I can slide left or right to get in between the 2 applications. This makes it really quick to easily go through, start editing something here, swipe back, go back and start messing around with some music here that I want to add to my project. Alright, what we want to do is, now that we have these 2 full screen apps, I no longer can see my files because they're being blocked by the app. I can either minimize them, then go to the apps, but again, that'll slow me down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is the 3 fingers up to Mission Control. I'm going to go all the way to the right again, hit the plus symbol, add another desktop. I want this desktop to be where all my files are, so if you don't like the positioning of it being all the way to the right hand side, not to slide across 2 apps to get to what I want to get to, you can grab that, bring it, just drop it right in the middle. So now I have desktop 1, I have a blank desktop here where I can have all my files, and then I have desktop 3 for GarageBand. So what I'm going to do is select desktop 2, or easily I can go 3 fingers slide left, 3 fingers slide right, and in between you can see I have the middle application with all the files. Now I have the workflow I have the workflow I like is now set up by having one app on one side, basically a neutral desktop here with all my applications, all my files that I want to use. I'll slide here and I have GarageBand on the third one. So now you're wondering, how would I be able to get these items into the different applications I'm trying to work on? And it's as easy as this. You can go up, highlight, this is the video I want to work on here. You can see I already have the videos in here lined up. Sorry about the noise. I can grab that application. All you have to do is grab it, drag it, and then you can see it's very similar to the iOS devices when you want to move an application from one page to another. I'm going to grab this app, start moving it over here, then it'll kick over to that other application. And all I have to do is drag and drop it in there. And then once it's dropped in there, I'm ready to go basically. Slide back and forth. If I wanted to grab this was a file, or this was a music file, I can grab it, bring it over, drag and drop it into here as well. Alright, and we're going to drop into stuff. Well, basically that's it. I created a quick, organized workflow that can help me maneuver through multiple applications, and in this case it's a video project I'm working on. You can also use this for multiple things, like you can have multiple pages of websites that you're trying to go through if you don't want to use the tabs. So you can make everything a lot more efficient just by using simple hand gestures on your trackpad. So hopefully this is beneficial to you guys. It is to me. I use it all the time. This is basically my setup right here every week for these tech tips. So hopefully if you guys do something similar, you'll be able to put this to use. Alright, thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next time.
And for any more information, feel free to contact us here at the Rancho Santa Fe location, and we'll be glad to help.